I think past to the times when, you know, the room was where the computer was. It was the computer lab. Maybe there was a computer at your work. And that was the innovative thing. Because I remember a time when, before that, it was a library. And I'm not trying to get nostalgic. I'm just trying to build up a framework here. Because you gotta understand, I was born in 91. I worshipped the family computer. At 12 years old, I vividly remember finally connecting to the internet, because we had the computer for about a year before we had the internet. So I exhausted everything I could with that. But with the internet, I was able to connect to a mainframe. And night after school, I'd spend the hours from 5 o'clock to probably 10 or 11 later if I was really into it. And I would explore everything humanity had to offer. Like, if I could go back in time and tell anyone that I could do that and anyone could do that at such a reasonable thing. Like, my family wasn't upper class, they weren't middle class. Like, that was a big deal, getting that one computer. And right now everybody's talking about AI. And I've been using the internet for 20 years, and in that time I've seen that it's being compressed into a new method of interfacing. Now, AI is literally in every Google search. It's the interface that a lot of people are replacing as a search engine, and it's able to pull from the vast majority of the internet in the same way that like a very consistent brain would. But it's a big enough data cycle, or there are many ways of approaching how it's going to pull it, because it's only going to be pulled in a reflection of how you ask for it. In the same way that we're constantly teaching kids in our school systems for years, just if you listen, you can learn it and then pull it back. We're now kind of almost incentivizing outsourcing that, and that can be a little bit scary, because if you train kids to start using AI to search for them, the new skill is really articulating specifically what you want from the AI to get from the internet to pull for you, and then you got to synthesize that in a way that makes you learn something. That's, I think, the final form of the internet, in which we have not only the means of accessing it everywhere, but now we have the means of integrating it with a system that is self-referentiating, and so it can present outputs that are like an assistant. It's like somebody you can talk to who can pull through everything you have, and we will integrate that in absolutely everything. And so my question is, what does that look like when we have this new cycle that's being made? So, like, as you can see, there's the AI, and the AI is being very, very deeply integrated into phones. Everyone's going to have an agent. You talk to the phone, and then that does the things you would normally manually do on the phone in a way that's more accessible and gives it out. So everyone's phone is going to be a little different when they talk to it, in the same way that everyone's output is going to be different in how they ask it. That phone, the human starts using it, and then as we get more comfortable into the pattern that we find, we're going to start making more content and posting information about how we're using that back online. That can now influence the AI and other people to do it again, and then they're creating a referential loop. So then the societies can kind of become more ubiquitous if everyone's kind of going on the same framework and no one's really allowing for other ones. Now, that's a worst case scenario. We obviously want to have a lot of different sections of where people get whatever they need, but if AI is in every single one of them, there's going to be a main hub that is connecting to. And I don't think it's a coincidence that humanity is choosing to willingly say they're going to be spending trillions of dollars. The many investors and the people that are going into making the Stargate compound in Texas for OpenAI, that's just kind of a big... I guess that's some evidence that there are enough humans with enough actual power to think that there's something there. And I think once that happens, there might be an event horizon, a part that like we give it too much control, and then it kind of shapes that pattern too well, and we don't realize we fall into it, and then you can either go the dystopian route or the hopeful route, and hopefully we can stop it.